I'd like to talk about the John Birch Society and the Council for National Policy, because these were kind of the genesis of the whole array of fronts in the Christian right today. And then of course, many Christians sense that these groups are apostate, so what the power elites have done is to set up opposition groups to oppose them. But they control not only the right-wing apostasy that's going on, they control the opposition to it. And I'd like to just go over a few points on how to recognize fronts for controlling the opposition. Because as Kelly said, their objective is to create discord. And I agree with Kelly. Their objective even is to bring about revolution.
And to turn our names in to pick us up and take us to the Coliseums, if need be. Exactly.
And that's what I think the John Birch Society and the Council for National Policy were all about. They were intelligence fronts. They were collecting data, databasing right-wing conservative Christians, and I believe they're still doing it today. But these are just some of the points that I have. These are what I look for when I'm evaluating a ministry or an organization. First of all, I look to see if they have an intelligence background or a military background, because there is a whole network, intelligence network, that is abroad, controlling the churches. They're out on the Internet. It is immense. The intelligence network that is databasing, that is controlling our thought, that is controlling the information that we receive, and they are giving, in many instances, right information, but they're also withholding information from us. The second thing I look for is any connections with the New Age, with the New World Order, and I also look at their sources of funding, because we all know that whoever pays the piper calls the tunes. Number 3, I look at what they are not saying, what they are not exposing. Many of these front groups will expose many things. They will speak about the New World Order and about the Illuminati and about the United Nations, but they will not touch the secret societies. They will not expose Freemasonry. They will not expose the Rosicrucians. They will not expose the Priori de Zion or the Merovingian bloodline. If they are asked about these, they will say they are non-existent or they're insignificant, or they will give false information about these secret societies.
Let me hear it over there.
Number 4, I look at what an organization or a ministry excuses. When they are confronted with some information that maybe they're not exposing, they will excuse that group or that movement. They will excuse people who are collaborating with known apostates. They will excuse people in the Council for National Policy. They will excuse people that are associated with known heretics, such as Sun Myung Moon. Be careful that you look at what they're excusing, as well as what they are not saying and what they are saying. Another thing that front groups do is they do a kind of a mind bend. They will say that because God is fulfilling prophecy in a certain way, say through the Zionist movement or through something that is associated with the Antichrist. Of course, we know the Antichrist is in Bible prophecy, and but because God is fulfilling prophecy through this movement, which may be an Antichrist movement, that Christians should support it. This is wrong. Christians are to be bearing good fruit. They are not to have fellowship with the evil works of darkness, but they are to reprove them. And they should remember that if they are having fellowship with the evil fruits of darkness, just because they're part of the fulfillment of Bible prophecy, they are also leading people astray. Because as we all know, that the Antichrist will require everyone to receive a mark and to worship an image to the beast, and that those who receive the mark will be condemned by God. So long after Christians are gone, what they do with these apostates is going to last in the minds of people who are still on earth during the tribulation period. So we have to be very careful that we do not allow these front groups to bend our minds, bend our thinking in this way. Front groups also give out misinformation, which is incorrect information. They promote heresy. They promote forbidden practices such as astrology. Many times they do this very subtly. They may talk about biblical astrology, which of course is still astrology, and there's nothing biblical about it. They may subtly promote Gnosticism. And we have found a curious phenomenon that people who promote these heresies, Bible codes, the astrology, they will deny what they are actually teaching. I know in D. James Kennedy's book on the Gospel and the Stars, the true meaning of the zodiac, he has a whole chapter denying that he is promoting astrology. He even condemns the practice of astrology, but then he goes on throughout the book to use astrology to present a false gospel. And then he has the audacity to claim that these signs, these astrological signs, these beasts and four-footed creatures of the zodiac are representative of Jesus Christ. It's a blasphemous book, but in this book he starts out by denying that he is doing what he is actually doing.